All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing the gospel and truth and its sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bahashem Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. This is Brother Quanah Roth, come back as you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Lord will, it is edifying. Lord will, it is straight to the point. But as you see right here, I'm on zerohedge.com, and it says Kansas wheat harvest will be the smallest since 1957, and U.S. corn is being absolutely devastated by drought. Now, as we read, in this article, right, you're ultimately going to get the understanding of how critical, the situation is, right, when dealing with, the situation that these farmers are in, right, with the drought, right, not having enough rain to ultimately water, their crops, and again, there being a major drought, which is ultimately depleting the water source that they do have to be able to continue to water their crops, and livestock ultimately being killed, right, intentionally, as well as indirectly when dealing with again this drought and so on and so forth, right? All the situations that these farmers are in, is gonna highly affect consumers, and here soon, we're going to read a bit of this article and get a few bullet points, man, and then get a few precepts, man, and we'll get out of here. This is it says significantly higher food prices are coming because U.S. food production is going to be way below normal levels this year, right? And we already had seen, recently we had seen, was the egg prices? Egg prices were through the freaking roof, man, right? Everybody felt that, one point, which right now I think they're like $7 or $8 for like a 60 pack, of, eggs, right now, which that same 60 pack, right, I want to say like maybe 2-3 months ago was, $27, $28, for pack, man. So we're talking about inflation, at, 200-300%, as far as dealing with those compared to now and what it was, but here soon prices are going to be 700, 800, 900%, 1,000%, right? It's going to skyrocket, right? Because again, there's a lot less food, being, produced, right? As far as wheat, grain, right? Again, livestock are being, are dropping dead, right? Whether it be by, man-made issues or, dealing with the climate issues as far as the drought, right? Nonetheless, food is dropping, right? The production of food and the availability of food is dropping, right? Increasingly, right? Year by year. Says that is really bad news because food prices are already absurdly high. In some cases, people are paying as much for a full shopping cart full of food as they did for a used vehicle in the old days, right? $500-600, right? It says, I wish that I was exaggerating, but I am not. Unfortunately, food prices are only going to get higher or going to go higher because farmers and ranchers are being hit extremely hard from coast to coast. That's right, man. And again, right, as we continue to read, you'll understand why this situation is so crucial, right? Food in general, right? Anything dealing with food and there not being enough, that's very critical. It says, for example, it is being reported that wheat farmers in Kansas will reap their smallest harvest in more than 60 years, right? Kansas has been called the country's breadbasket. Now, wheat farmers in the state will reap their smallest harvest in more than 60 years. This will go directly down the chain from farmers to consumers at the grocery store, right? When the farmers are affected, and you best believe that the average consumer is going to be affected as well, man. It says Kansas, because again, when crops ultimately are, going down, prices go up, man. Right? When supply goes down, and demand stays the same and or rises, right? Prices go up as well, man. So when there's an oversupply, what does that mean? So you mean supply goes up means you have abundance of something, right? You have more than what you need, which means demand for it is going to go down, which means prices for it is going to go down, right? But we're in the opposite case, right? Where what supply is dwindling, right? Demand is going up and prices are going up, man. You know, that is, basically a formula, right? The formula and how you break down inflation, man, in a simple way, right? It says Kansas normally produces more wheat than any other U.S. state by a wide margin, but now the harvest in that state will be the smallest that we've seen since 1957. For the last 2 years, a drought has withered a lot of the crop. Now, this year's wheat harvest in Kansas is shaping up to be the smallest since 1957, the year the Eisenhower administration intentionally suppressed wheat production. There were 166 million people living in the United States in 1957. So today there are 331 million people. So who is going to volunteer to give up eating wheat this year so that others can consume what they normally do, right? Really nobody, man, right? Because wheat is damn near almost in every product, man, right? From your pasta to your bread, right? To your pizza and so on and so forth, man. All these different things that we eat on a regular have wheat and grain in them, man, It says at this point, things are so bad that we are being told that flour mills in Kansas will likely have to buy wheat grown in Eastern Europe, which at that point you have to go back to, in the European area, right? Who is, one of the largest, wheat and grain producers, in that area? Well, that's Ukraine. Well, this whole dam situation that just happened, right? The whole dam got exploded, right? And that took out a lot of what? A lot of crops, man. Overflooded the crops, it just completely devastated the land, man. Right. So where are they going to be able to get a lot of that grain and stuff like that from? Really damn near nowhere, man. Right. Because 40% of Europe's, grain and wheat imports, right, from Ukraine are literally come from Ukraine. Right. So 40% of their imports as far as wheat and grain come from Ukraine. So that's gonna hurt them too, right? But how much more America, when America's getting hit from inside and he's getting hit from the outside, man? How bad is this? How bad do you think the situation is gonna be? It's gonna be real bad, man. Really, really, really bad, right? Devastating for most people, right? It says Kansas flour mills will likely have to buy wheat grown in Eastern Europe. For decades, Kansas has led the nation in wheat production. The U.S. leads the world in wheat exports as well. Woo! So hey, that just shows you, man. That just shows you the importance of, right, this whole drought and crops ultimately being completely destroyed. It shows you how important it is, right, to the world, man. Which just shows you, man, the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai is taking this place the fuck out, man. Right? This is heavy. Right? This is real heavy, man. Kansas being the #1 wheat producer in the United States, and then the United States as a whole being the #1 wheat export in the world, man. And a lot of people are going to be affected by this, man. It says this is a major problem. That's right. It's a major problem. Right? It says, but can't we all just eat more corn instead? It says, after all, corn is already in thousands upon thousands of different products that Americans consume on a regular basis. And well, that's part of the crops. The corn is part of the crops, man. But we'll skip all this. I want to go down to this right here, in the bulletin at the top, or the bold letters at the top. It says, of course, it isn't just wheat and corn farmers that are suffering, right? It says the size of the U.S. beef cow herd is the smallest since 1962, right? It says, Slovakia. It says the orange harvest in Florida will be approximately 56% smaller than last year, right? It says thanks to extreme bizarre weather, approximately 90% of Georgia's peach crop for 2023 has been destroyed. So again, this crop devastation, really just farmers being hit on all sides isn't just hitting, again, isn't just hitting, on one side. It's hitting on all sides, man. Right, from the wheat to the livestock to the fruits to the vegetables and so on and so forth. Right, every aspect of farming is getting hit right now, man. Which again is going to hit people super hard, and eventually it's going to lead to, right, fewer and fewer supply being put into these stores, right? People, again, are not paying attention. People are not, walking circumspect as they're, as we're commanded, right? In Ephesians, the 5th chapter, right? We're commanded to walk circumspect, right? Meaning look around, paying attention to what's going on. But nobody's doing that, man. So here soon, people are going to, start, really, really, really noticing, right? A lot less food in these stores, man. Prices going up, people not being able to buy as much, right? People starting to ultimately loot these stores out, and soon these people are going to be walking in these stores and there's not going to be any food in there, man. Let's jump to some precepts, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, and suddenly, right, this is a prophecy, right, that's ultimately going to come to pass here soon, man. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? You're going to walk into your Dollar Trees, your Dollar Generals, your Family Dollars, from the small little corner shops, right? Your 7-Elevens, your Circle K's, your QTs, right? Your Valeros, whatever you want to call them, right? All the way to your big stores, right? Your Bashas, your Walmarts, your Aldis, your Walgreens, your CVS's, and all these major, your Fred Meyers, your Fry's, all these different, stores that ultimately sell food and, sell water, right? Provisions, right? They're ultimately going to be completely fucking empty, man. Right? And that's going to cause people to wig out even more, right? People are going to wig out when they see these prices skyrocketing 700, 800, 900, 1,000%, right? Because again, supply is dropping at a very fast pace, right? Which means demand is going to go up. Prices are going to go up, man. It's going to go from inflation to hyperinflation, right? People are going to wig the fuck out just over that. But how much more when they walk into these stores and there's absolutely no food? And now they got to go back home and basically ponder on, how they're going to be able to divvy out or to space out the little food that they have left, man. We'll come back to this. This is Ezekiel. Was that? I think it was 16. What was it? Slacky, Ezekiel 4 and 16. Come on, this is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat their bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink their water by measure and with astonishment. And this is what the Lord is doing right now, man. Right? He's crushing, basically the food source, man. Right? He's crushing that water source. Right? You got Lake Mead. There's like Lake Powell. Right, all these different places are ultimately drying up, which is where, especially here in Arizona, a lot of places use those lakes, right, for their water system, their sewage system, their, all these different things, man. The Lord is tearing that completely the fuck up, man. And again, people are going to be feeling it. Right now, yes, people are starting to make a little bit, decisions here and there at the pump, you know what I mean? But prices for eggs went back down. Gas isn't, kind of trickling back down, right? So these people aren't really in a bind like that, But here soon, they're going to be in such a bind, they're not going to be able to pay for gas and pay for food, pay for rent and pay for food. They're not going to be able to do all these things, man. It's going to be completely damn near impossible for people to be able to do that stuff, man. Right? Being able to buy food and buy water soon is going to become a luxury. Right? It's going to become a luxury. And that's the scary part, man. Verse 17 said that they may want bread and water and be astonished everyone with another and consume away for their iniquity. Right, man? People are going to starve to death, man. right? People are going to starve to death. But before they get to that point, that's when you're going to see crime ultimately skyrocket, man. You know? Let's go back to that second Esdras and continue on that, right? Second Esdras chapter 6, continue on in verse 23. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. It says, and at that time, it's like it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Meaning, guess what? Right? People are going to ultimately, a second Esdras 15 and verse 19, man. You know? People are going to be breaking into people's houses, right, with these guns, literal swords, whatever they got, right, whatever kind of weapon that they can conjure up. They're going to grab that weapon and run into the people's houses, their next door neighbors, right, that they might have been in that neighborhood, you know, for 2-3 generations. They know everybody in that neighborhood, right? It's a small town, real small town. Everybody know everybody. Hey, well, guess what? Everybody at that point, just because you know each other, hey, guess what? It's going to be every man for himself. Every man for himself, right? At the very beginning, right, there might be a little bit of hospitality, right? But that hospitality is going to turn to a hostility, right? And that hostility is going to turn into a complete and utter war, man. Chaos. You know, this is ultimately where society is going right now, man. You know? There's not going to be no food and no water, man. You know? And that, again, that's going to cause for that chaos, man. You know, matter of fact, let me grab that, right? Just to expound on that. Second Esdras 15, just getting to the point, verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. I mean, they ain't going to show no mercy, man. No mercy, right? Because they're hungry, man. I know brothers that seen that video of that Jake woman. She had brought her son into the store, and she went to go rob the store. And she was yelling all loud, you know, my kids are hungry, my kids are hungry, my kids are hungry. You're going to start seeing that a lot more here soon, man, within the next few months. Right? People robbing the stores, which the area that I stay at, man, and there's food all up in these stores and stuff like that as of right now, right? In this very moment today, there's still food in the Dollar General that's right around the corner from me, man. People are still stealing, right? How much more when prices are unbelievable, and when the supply for food is going down, right? How much more do you think crime is going to go up then? You know, it says and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is the time that we're heading into, man. You know, and the only thing, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shah that we can do is to warn you people, man. Right? The only thing that we can do is to tell you, thus saith the Lord, what the Lord is ultimately going to bring upon this land. You know? And if you don't want to take heed, hey, well, that's on you at that point, man. Right? We're getting your blood off of our hands, right? Let's jump to that, right? In Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, we'll start at verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. And this is exactly what we're doing, man. Right? We heard the calling. You know what I mean? You know what happened? We picked that phone up, man, and we started listening. You know, well, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shah, we're taking that message, right, that we have heard, and we're giving it to y'all, man. You know, saying, hey, the Lord is not playing. Right? This is what he said you people are doing. This is what he said that is the consequence for what you're doing, man. Right? We understand that the wages of sin is death, man, and the Lord's finna bring death upon the people, right? By way of, you know, of famine, right? By way of, you know, the sword, by way of many different things, cannibalism, you know, so on and so forth, man. Because that's exactly what's gonna spring forth, right? Because people, it isn't just gonna stop at people, you know, ultimately being hungry, man. You know. God damn, Ham does not know how to fucking drive, goddammit. Retarded as hell. But anyways, right, it's not going to stop at just being hungry, man. Right? It's going to continue all the way to, you know, people literally starving, right? And we understand that starvation, man, plays a heavy role on your mind, right? It makes you literally look at people as if they are food, like literally. seeing somebody, but that person doesn't look like a human. That person looks like a whole fucking burger or something like that, man. Looking around everywhere, man. You know? And again, that's gonna be very bad way to go out, man. You see some of that in these movies, man. The Walking Dead, so on and so forth, man. Right? Even in the book of Eli, right? They were trying to trap him, right, to ultimately eat him. Because there was no food. That was the only way that they were getting food, man. Is to trap people and eat them. So this is coming, man. And again, we're warning you people, right? Verse 18, it says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require at thine hand. Right. So if we're not out here doing what we're obligated to do, that it's our job to do, right? To warn you people, the ones in trouble, man. And we don't want to be responsible. Punished for it, man. No. That's why we out here making these video epistles through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, going out to the highways and byways to warn the people, man, to speak to the nation of Israel and warn Israel that the Lord is finna bring judgment, man. And which, and that's with the understanding that only 2/3 aren't gonna get it, and that only the elect. Hey, Slakia, you know what I mean? But hey, yeah, man, only the elect, right, the 1/3, right, are ultimately going to take heed, right, turn from their wickedness, right, and take heed to that which is being spoken, man, right, and ultimately prepare, for the times that are being spoken of, man, because hey, Jacob's trouble, right, World War III, Yahushua is coming. These are very, death-filled times, man, judgment-filled times, and you don't want to be on the wrong end, right, of that judgment, man. You want to be on the right side, right? The good side, man, which is ultimately being, shown mercy, right? Being forgiven, right, for your sins, and ultimately being, having a helping hand, right, through the times that are to come, Let me read verse 18 again. It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require at thine hands. And we don't want your blood on our hands. And that's exactly why, right? It says right here, yet if thou warn the wicked, right? And we're warning you, right? It says, and he turn not from his wickedness, meaning you continue in your filth, continue in engaging in this, abominable type society, It says what? Nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Meaning what? That, hey, we got your blood off our hands, where, now you're responsible for your own actions, man. Which is, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. You just gonna have to suffer, right, for your ways and your doings, man. This is why, again, the Lord is sending out his prophets, right? He says, Isaiah 42:9, before they spring forth, I tell you of them, right? The Lord's speaking to the masses, man. You just need to open up your ears and listen, right? It's really as simple as that. Really, I mean, it goes back to Yahweh Shem Shah, whether he, ultimately, foreordained you to take heed, but nonetheless, you got to open up, man. Open up your ears and listen, man. Yahweh Shem Shah is giving you, straight commandment, right, as to what you should do to avoid the punishment that's gonna come. Just take heed, right? Get, keep the faith, prove your faith, right, by the works. And be sincere as possible, man. Stay humble, and Lord will, hey, you be part of the elect, man. You can get out of here, right? Right along with the rest of the elect, right? Being beamed up in those chariots, right? And watching the destruction of this damn devil, man. And the rising of a righteous rulership, man, beginning with Yahweh Shai. Right? That's what it's all about, man. Wanting to be able to make it through the tribulations, right? The perils that are ultimately, being set before us, man. That's the name of the game, man. To be able to, continue to fight and to endure to the end. That's it. The Lord will, receive those crowns, man. But yeah, so hey, turn from your wickedness, right? Turn away from the evil. Scriptures say, be not conformed to the ways of the world, man. You know, so hey, put away that old man, right, which is after, you know, the deceitful lust, the corruption of the world, right, and follow after righteousness, man, which is after the scriptures, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Lord will, you can get out of here, right? Lord will, we can all get out of here, man, you know, here soon. You know, so with that, Lord will was edifying. Lord will, straight to the point, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone. Till next time, I say Shalom.